Another question. Yeah,
It's about food. Pretty important. The restaurants will get full. It happened last year. So I've been working with Happy Green, the place down the river. One of our lot is now a chef there, and she's making high carb, low fat vegan food. It's so amazing. So if you get stuck, one of the restaurants full, you can always grab a bunch of you cycle down there, because they're going to have a buffet every night of the whole festival.
Really?
Wow.
Shows up there and then make food for them. So you're never going to be able to not find a place. Just so you know, Happy Green. Look on the Facebook page.
Wow.
Green Good Restaurant. Just been out of town, it's good ride. Have your lights on. Happy Green Good Restaurant.
Yeah, there was a question earlier about, there's more than 120 people coming tonight.
Right.
Yeah, how are we gonna?
Oh, that's what I asked.
First people will show up.
Er hatte praktisch auf deine Frage verwiesen.
Achso.
Das ist dann heute Abend.
Joe's taking your orders tonight.
Sometime last year I was just eating before I went out anyway.
Yeah, that's a good one. Have a bit, go past 7-Eleven, come back a few juices, and then understandably.
Yeah, like make sure you get enough protein during the day, enough simple sugars, so you're not like saving up your calories for a big kind of avoiding, avoiding something. That happens a lot. You just don't feel like you
I remember last year, High Drama Hannah was here, and she's like, I feel so big and that. She did ride a bike. She's eating greasy, protein-rich meals every night. I don't like rice. Rice is boring. And they're just whinging about it. I helped them create a channel name on YouTube, etc. I don't know why people would bother. I just don't know why. You're always going to get a couple of moldy bananas in a bunch. It's good if you ride your bike around and lights at night. Have lights at night, for sure.
Staring at that. Tell me what the story is.
When does it get
God, won't be here. Wearing a tie-dye shirt. Does it work? Does that work? Mosquitoes? You haven't been on mosquito yet? Get back wear it at night, I guess.
What about the scorpion?
What about the scorpions? The scorpions here are totally lethal. If you get bitten by a scorpion, you've got 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to get a helicopter, join You've got to talk to the doctor, neurologist, specialist in Philadelphia University in 1995. The doctor, his name is Tamahana Tatakit. You've got to get him on his phone numbers 162-347-896. You call him, you're sorted. 30,000 baht. Otherwise, the scorpions here are totally harmless, just like a bee sting. And you're sorted. So, to get bitten by I handle scorpions, not put a scorpion in my face. To get bitten by a scorpion, you have to put your shoe and it stings you. It's just like a bee sting for a day or two. And the centipedes are like this, they're like broke. Same thing. Painful for a day or two and then it's gone. Hydrate up. Uncle Chester here, unfortunately that's not the hot weather. So maybe next year though. Maybe. But he's just taking it easy in Q&A will be here. Well, for the first few days we'll be here to reorganise something. We just want to see how many people turn it up. It may cost 20 baht.
Update everything.
So I've probably got 200 bucks a visit, but if anyone puts in 20 baht. Who would like to have it in the hall versus the park? Who likes the park? Who's already bored and wants to go home? Who's bored and wants to go home and also wants a refund? Running events. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. Who's an avid runner? Who likes to run up mountains? Oh, there's a few crazy people. When these people get out of the mental hospital, 7 a.m. I'll post an event tomorrow. Yeah. It's about the Pilgrim Trail's only 4 k's up, 4 k's back. 4 k's nothing. Take some water with you. And at Doyson Temple, there's plenty of water. There's plenty of passion fruit juice as well. In the passion fruit juice is passion fruit, orange juice, maybe a bit of sugar, and maybe a little bit of salt. But if you're sweating that much, you're going to sweat it out anyway, it doesn't matter. So no issues. And it's about 20 baht a bottle. So what I do is I get the girl to pour into my empty bottles, and then they can recycle the bottles. Versus just chucking back bottles and chucking them in the bin. Most plastic bags in Thailand get burnt. So obviously we everyone uses plastic every day, but let's do our best to minimise it if we can. The world uses over, I think it's 100 trillion bags a year or something like that. I looked up today. So if we can minimise it a bit, it's good. And what I do as well with plastic bags is you can wash them in the shower at night time and then flick them out like a parachute, dry them off, hang them up, next day ready to roll, stash in your pocket, you sort it. Because in Thailand you can literally ask for 10 plastic bags for 1 mango, they'll give it to you. They'll give it to you. Because they're just like, they want to serve. And straws as well. Like, most straws just get burnt, or if you're in the islands in Thailand, they get all that rubbish at night time, and they either burn it, or they take it offshore and dump it in the ocean. Because if you're on Koh Samui, Koh Tao, Koh Phangan, Koh Chang, there's not much land space.
How do you say no bag? It's like mai ao tong.
Mai ao tong.
Mai ao tong. And no straw is mai ao long.
Mai ao lot.
Mai ao long. Mai ao tong. Mai ao tong.
Mai ao lot.
They always didn't understand. So.
Well, you can't remember to say, smile and say like that. The coconuts here, people say, why are the coconuts so white here? The coconuts do get dipped in the formaldehyde, bleachy thing. Some people don't like it, some people don't mind it. I personally don't mind it, but every single coconut you see that's white is dipped in poison. I don't think it's a real issue, unless you're doing a coconut fast, but that's how coconuts are white. Because if you get a coconut from the tree and you husk it, and it's still white after 10 minutes, someone's dipped it without you seeing it. If you climb that tree, that guy climbed the tree, took a nut, shaved the outside husk off it, and you leave it for 5 minutes, it's going brown. So what we do is they husk it straight away. You see, who's seen it at the dipping station at Mung Bai Market? Yeah. So they go down to Mung Bai Market, coconut stall there, they're just husking nuts all day, just dipping in this big formaldehyde bleachy tub. And even though the workers are careful not to even touch the coconut. So even though a Thai person is scared to touch something, then yeah. So you go to a coconut water fast, I don't recommend it unless it's your own coconut tree and you are harvesting. What you can do if you really don't want the bleach, you can just get them to shave you a coconut in front of you. And they have to do that as well. They'll go, here's the white one, you know, I want the green one. Oh, what are you sort of racist or something? Bad joke. But it's a non-issue. The worst thing you're doing is drinking white coconuts. You're pretty good.
Is there a RT4 handshake or greeting?
RT4 handshake greeting, yes, good. It's probably the fist tap.
Maybe the fist tap and then the floor.
You're probably like sweaty as, you're like got greasy hands, you got mangoes in your hands, and a handshake probably isn't always the most cool thing to do. Just the tap, the hand tap is good. You know? I just do the hand tap. If you go to shake my hand, I'm probably just going to go like that. My hands probably sweaty, greasy, whatever. Let's not go there.
Where's the nearest toilet?
Where's this toilet? Just over here.
3 baht. How much is it? 3 baht. 3 baht.
Anyone feeling deficient in omega-3? Sample right there, fresh, local, and a good life. Diet by Humane Causes. It's on the Paley website. Questions? Another way to check if you're hydrated is to be peeing clear. If your urine looks like clear like water, you're good. If it's like yellow or Barocca, unless you just had a Barocca, then that's alright, but otherwise you want to have clear urine. and just drink enough so you're peeing clear every 2 or 3 hours.
I know it's doing like dry fasting or anything.
We had one guy right there. Every fruit festival I've been to, there's always case history. I remember in Woodstock Fruit Festival, there was one guy who was into breatharianism, dry fasting, calorie restriction, and I could see day by day his psychosis was. I've got a little bit of experience in mental health. In there, yeah, so I could see this guy's slipping into psychosis. I'm trying to get him to drink and eat. He's like, hey, you're full of ego, doing right, and I'm trying to tell him what to do. Oh, okay, bro. And I found him a few nights later, I heard him screaming and shouting. I'm like, what is that? So I pull my torch out, come running down. This guy stark naked, running as fast as he could and diving into the massive Woodstock Fruit Festival compost pile. Who was it 2010 Woodstock? I mean, there was like the biggest pile, they did a wicked compost pile, and this guy was just diving and running into it. That's probably not a bad idea, but it was full of durian shells. So he was cut up on his chest, on his side, on his face. And I'm like, you're right, man. He goes, yeah, I'm good. I said, you're bleeding, you're naked. What can we do to help you? Yeah, and he started speaking in tongue. So I went back up, told Mike, went to call the cops, got the mental health out there, they locked him up for his own safety. So. And then later he got released. He's from Canada. I won't mention his name, but he came back to New York City a few days later to get a bus back to Canada, and he's just camping out, just sort of tripping out in the streets, and the cops got him. They said, what's your name? He's given the cops abuse. The cops just grabbed him, New Yorker style, NYPD, boom, NYPD face plant, smashed most of his front teeth out, locked him up, and just deported him back to Canada. So you don't want to get